Hello, Mount Dora. I'm Rob English, the president of the Mount Dora Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're excited to be bringing you another veteran video as we work toward our November Chamber Breakfast, where we'll be honoring veterans. It's at Lake Receptions on November 8th at 7:30 in the morning. I'm here with Don Van Beck. He's an Army veteran who is has uniquely served both in World War II and Korea. And so far, you're the first one that has served in 2 different wars. So we're honored for that.
Just lucky.
Just lucky. Don is going to share with us just some exciting things about what he did. He's also a T5. So if you will, share with us, please. You went in at what age? Share with that again.
17.
Okay. And you went to where for your basic training?
Fort Campbell, and we had 30 days basic training by the 82nd Airborne.
Now, what month and year was this that you went in? 42, maybe?
Oh, no. I'm not that old.
Oh, okay.
That was in 45.
45, okay.
Or 46.
Okay.
And we were trained by the 82nd Airborne for 30 days, and then we were shipped immediately to Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
30 days and you're gone.
And what was interesting is on the boat we were on, we were in a typhoon, and we had 1,800 of us on the boat. It was a converted German luxury liner, and the only ones that had life jackets were the Marines, Marine Guards, and the Navy.
Go figure.
Yeah, go figure. And when we got to Japan, we were at a place called, it was the Japanese West Point, and you fell out every morning with your duffel bag, and they called you and told you where you were going to go. And after 28 days, I was the last one standing in the field.
Wow.
So I gave them my name, and they said, "Oh, we called you the 3rd day, and we've had you marked AWOL." He said, "You were supposed to go to Hokkaido, which is the north part of Japan, to the 101st Airborne." But he said, "We filled that." He says, "You're going to Kyushu, which is in southern Japan." Thank God for that, because in Hokkaido, it gets down to 20 and 30 degrees below zero.
Holy cow.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, it's miserable.
Wow, that is crazy.
So we were only there in Sasebo. When I got there, they'd had 2 firebomb raids, and about the only 2 buildings standing was the Casbah, which was a 2-story nightclub because it was made of concrete, and the railroad station.
Well, at least you could go get a drink at night, anyhow.
Yeah. And it was 40 miles from Nagasaki.
Oh, wow.
And so we went to Nagasaki several times. And in Nagasaki, there was a hospital 3 stories high, and practically nothing else left. And I went up to the 3rd floor, and there was a balcony all the way around the building. And on the wall, some guy, I guess, was watching the bomb come down, and when it went off, his shadow was on the back wall, just like a negative.
They just burned into the wall.
Yeah.
That's something.
And they were taking all the bodies out of the vats, because what they had done was after the war was over, they got these guys that were certain distances away, and they had a piece of wood about yay by that thick wired to their feet or to their toes to show how far away they were from the bomb so they could test them. And so that was kind of interesting.
That was. Don is 90 years old, or almost 90 as he says, and just was sharing just some exciting things before we went live on this video. But one of the most exciting things is what he has done after the service, which I'll come back to that. But he told me in the service he was a pencil pusher, but that for every 1 guy on the front line in the Army, there's 7 behind that man supporting them. So the support behind is extremely important. And that's what Don did. But the interesting thing is what he's done outside of his service, and part of it is pictured behind us on the walls. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing when you get back home and here in Florida, particularly in Lake County.
Well, we moved here I originally lived here way back in 45. Was it 45? I don't know, my parents moved down here.
Okay.
And of course I went to the service. And when I came back, I felt sorry for the veterans. And so we decided, I was part of the Korean War Vets group then, and we asked the city of Leesburg if we could have some ground to put up a monument.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the first monument came that you see back here.
Yes, sir.
And I thought, well, I don't really have an awful lot to do. So then I got thinking about the Korean War Vets, and we put up a monument for that.
Okay.
And then I had friends that had come back from Vietnam and treated so badly
Mm-hmm.
that we bought a Huey helicopter. The state had it, believe it or not. They had 50 of them. And it was, when I say the state, I mean the State Department in Washington.
Oh, the Washington State Department.
Now, why they had 50 Hueys?
And they were just mothballed, probably.
Yeah, right here
Uh-huh.
in Florida. So we bought one for $1,750, and I got 10 volunteers to come in, tear it all down, put it back together, and paint it. And the Huey has 2 grunts sitting on the deck, ready to jump, and an M60 gunner, and a pilot and co-pilot. And we had the dedication last year, and we had close to, I know it was over 350.
Wow.
Because we ran out of programs, and it was amazing. I was the MC, and standing up there, you could see some of the vets were crying because all those guys flew to work in a Huey, and some of them came back. You know,
some of them didn't
all
come back.
wounded, and some didn't come back.
Some didn't come back.
So then I got to thinking, well, we should have a World War II monument, and the reason for that is that the kids in school today aren't really learning much about the wars.
They're not. They're not.
And it's really kind of sad. So this monument, which I'll have a picture for you later, starts with the bombing of Pearl Harbor and moves all the way across to where Dugout Doug MacArthur is signing the treaty with Japan. And so we're going to have a dedication of that on November 4th.
On November 4th, that's
And
great.
then I was sitting there looking at the design, and I said, there's no women on it. And I said, I better get some women. So we're putting up 4 separate monuments there. And on there is the wax and the waves and the spars, including Rosie the Riveter.
Great.
And so that'll all be done and have ready for the dedication on the 4th.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, Don, you said also because of this work that you've done after getting out of the service, that you're getting ready to be recognized at the state level.
Nobody's supposed to know that.
Oh, okay. Well, now y'all know it.
Yeah, I got the notice today that it's a ceremony at the governor's home.
Wow.
There, and there's to be, I think, 15 others that are going to be recognized.
Yeah. And Larry Metz was the one that nominated you, you said.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Larry.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. In closing, Don, what would you like to share with us as far as what we need to take away, both the young and the old, as far as serving in the military?
Oh, well, it depends on what you do. I would advise any of my young friends to go in the Air Force, which is not considered part of the service. But being a grunt, there's no romance there.
Right.
So there's a lot of things now you can do in the service with computers and everything else.
It's a great career.
It really is.
It is. Well, we appreciate you, and not only your service in World War II and in Korea, but most particularly back here locally in Lake County, and what you referenced earlier, what's coming. And we're so honored that you're going to be recognized at the state level coming up. And we're sorry we broke the news, but somebody needs to know about it, and you guys are the first to know. And as I close, as I've been saying, it's people like Don and all the other ones that we've shared with is the reason we're able to fly that flag. So when the national anthem is sung, Please stand. It's not a political thing. It's nothing other than recognizing freedom for what we stand for and the men and women that allowed us to be here today taking this video and doing everything that we do. I'm Rob English, the president of the Mount Dora Area Chamber of Commerce, and we'll see you back next time for another veteran video.